Am I the asshole for not deleting my post about parenting when I have full custody of my kids? Hi. I'm 26F. My ex is 30M. Our children are 4F and 4M. I made it clear from before we got married that I wanted an equal distribution of household responsibilities. We agreed that he would cook, I would clean, etc., and that when we'd have kids, we'd take care of them equally. It started off fine, but when our kids were born, he just stopped. One day he was tired and I was cooking, and then that became every day. I left him alone with them once and he didn't notice when they both separately had soiled their diapers. He told me he'd improve, but it was honestly too late at that point. It just got worse and worse. I felt like I was parenting 3 kids. Some women told me marriage is just like that, but I couldn't do it. Not only am I working from home this quarantine, but I have to take care of 2 small children. This morning they surprised me with very sweet "best mom ever" cards. I guess quarantine has been rough for me because they just made me start bawling. I posted a picture of the cards on Instagram later with a big cheesy caption about how all the hardships of parenthood are worth it. I love my kids more than life, they're the best things that have ever happened to me, etc. I got an angry call from my ex a few hours later, telling me that I can't brag about my relationship with our kids while having full custody, saying that it's not fair and I'm just rubbing it in his face. He also mentioned that it's really funny that I think all the chores are worth it now, but not when I was married to him. I tried to explain the difference in the situation, but he said I could never understand how he feels because I have full custody and I basically abandoned him when he was at a low point. He told me to delete the post, and I told him I don't have to do anything I don't want to. It was admittedly an immature response and he called me out on it, but I still haven't deleted the post despite how it makes him feel. Am I the asshole? Edit. Wow. Thank you for all the kind responses. I didn't think so many people would reply. To answer a question I'm seeing a lot, I haven't blocked him from my Instagram because I think it's only fair to him to see pictures of our kids, no matter how much of a jackass he is sometimes. For people asking about the custody situation, he gave up custody. Not the asshole. It's really funny that him not doing the chores led to him losing custody of his kids. An explanation to him isn't worth your breath. So you offered a 50-50 relationship. He agreed. Then he noped out of his 50% of the responsibilities. Now he's mad he doesn't get 50% of the nice parts? Lol, absolutely not the asshole. Is he now offering to take classes so he can maybe be trusted not to leave them sitting in their own poop and regain 50% of the responsibilities? If no, then no, he does not get 50% of the fun stuff. You were very, very clear. He made his choices. He could also just put you on snooze if seeing that you have a healthy relationship with your kids is such a trauma for him. Not the asshole. Marriage is only like that because for a while women couldn't divorce their husbands. And then they could, but it was incredibly hard. And even today is difficult. It doesn't help that even today society excuses shit like this. That isn't how a marriage is supposed to work. Your ex can cry about it. Not the asshole. An immature response is a full-grown adult demanding another adult remove a perfectly wholesome Instagram post because of his hurt fees. All the chores for 2 kids, all the chores for 2 kids plus a husband, who isn't helping at all and making more work for op, and the resentment towards said husband that is just going to keep building. Not the asshole. I also love that he's now throwing in your face that he was in a dark place. I'm guessing he never bothered to communicate that with you if true, and more likely he's using that as an excuse for why he wasn't contributing at all toward the work in the house. I see why he's your ex. Kinda of sad that he's following your social media and thinks that since your post made him feel bad, that you should take it down. He could try just not following you. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I remember something similar. I have full care of my girls and my ex-husband has none. Not even a phone call. I got given a "you're the best mum and dad anyone could ask for" card for Mother's Day last year. I cried and posted about it as a story on Instagram. His sister told me Mother's Day wasn't a day to brag about how I do everything and how little he's involved. I told her to eat sand. Deadbeat dads are happy to do nothing but don't like it when we are proud of ourselves for doing it all. Not the asshole. You're appreciating the acts of love and kindness your kids are showing you. Your ex is still acting like a child. Info. How they had ended up with you having 100% custody. In other words, did he give it up or lost it? Edit. Not the asshole. The question is more morbid curiosity as how stupid is he? I find it really sad that some women have said to you that marriage is just like that. It's not like that for everyone. Nor should it be. Not the asshole. Telling him you don't have to do anything you don't want to isn't immature, it's the truth. Set boundaries. It's okay to. Especially since you're not even married to this dude anymore. Where does he get off telling you what you can and can post? That post was in no way about him until he made it about him. Guilty conscience. There are reasons people have full custody, it doesn't just happen. Sounds like he never tried to have them. It sounds like he's never made an attempt to be a parent in his life. Girl, don't delete that post and don't feel bad. I'm divorced with 4 kids and my ex pretty much didn't want custody, is living his best life in a different state, but then cries to me how much he misses his kids, yet doesn't do anything about it. He has the ability and right to see his kids but doesn't. When men become fathers, they need to realize that they have to take responsibility too and aren't just another child in the house. My ex says he married me because he knew I'd make a good mother, but I often question if he meant a good mother to his children or a good mother to him. Being a single mom is hard and you sacrifice a lot and put up with a lot. Don't let him piss all over your sunshine because he's jealous. You put on the work, you deserve the praise. Not the asshole. You owe him no explanation. He is just trying to guilt you into thinking his laziness is somehow your fault. Don't fall for it. Tell him if he does not like the things you share on Insta to stop following you. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Not the asshole. Doing chores for 2 children and doing chores for a grown adult who just feels like lazing around are not in the same ballpark. Not the asshole. Yeah, nah, he's got no leg to stand on here. You sound stressed out and overworked, but this person is absolutely just being an asshole to you because he's unhappy with how badly he's screwed up his own life and taking it out on you. Might be worth investigating options to block him on social media. A quick Google search leads to many guides. Oh my God. Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. I don't even have the words for this immature, entitled asshole who has the nerve to whine about not having full custody of the kids he couldn't be bothered to care for like a father, and to bitch because the ex who had the sense to boot his worthless ass to the curb takes joy in being loved and appreciated for what she does instead of being taken for granted and used. I'm going to stop now before I get a nastygram from the mods. Enjoy your children. Ignore your ex. And don't you dare delete that post. Every word of it is true. Not the asshole. He didn't want to parent, now he's got to see posts about people who do. Your kids appreciate what you do. He did not. That alone makes all the difference in whether or not chores are worth it. How was that an immature response? The guy has no say in what you want to post about your kids even if you had shared custody. Not the asshole. He still sounds like a kid, hasn't changed by the looks of it. You want to show how your kids love you? Do it. You deserve it after practically raising them alone. Keep it up, the parenting and the post. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If he's that worried about his reputation, he'd be a better father. Instead, he just wants you to act like you're not a good mom. Don't screw him. Not the asshole. Plus sounds like he deserves some face rubbing. He was a bad father. And yeah, it's probably still better without another adult to look after as well. Like you said, you felt like you had 3 kids. Not the asshole. Why are you friends with your ex on Facebook? Sounds like you need to block him. Not the asshole. He's still completely missed the point of why you were upset while you were together. Not the asshole. Why is your ex even checking your Instagram? Not the asshole. You are doing a great job. Not the asshole. I'm extremely irritated by his comment on the chores being worth it now. No. Just no. It is completely different when you have a partner that is supposed to help versus literally having no choice but to do them all because you're a single parent. You need to block him from your socials. Phew, he's toxic. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You have every right to be proud of yourself and your kids. Don't let him shit on your good day. Oh silly you. You misunderstood. He was to have the half life that's fun and easy and you half the life that's responsibility and duty. Not the asshole, and happy to hear you got rid of him. Not the asshole. He ruined the marriage and gave up the children. You did nothing wrong. He was a bad husband and an abusive and neglectful father. He doesn't get to tell you how to parent your children or how you celebrate them. Not the asshole at all, but why are you friends with your ex on FB? Not the asshole, your ex checked out being a father when the twins were born. He wants to play the victim card, which is becoming so widespread these days. Remind him that you did not come with ownership papers when you married him and you sure as hell don't have any still. He needs to put on his big boy pamadies and try being a real man instead of making excuses for his sucky life choices or blaming others. Not the asshole. First off, how did you get full custody? Does he have visitation? Even weekend parents generally do a good enough job to be considered greatest mom, dad ever. It has nothing to do with full or partial custody. Second, of course the chores are worth it. Big difference between working for your family, versus being forced into household drudgery by a fellow adult you trusted to be a partner. Third, he's just petty. Not the asshole, you shouldn't engage in his saltiness. Next time he has an outburst and directs it your way, just inform him, that you don't have to tolerate or listen to his tantrum. That you're only required to make yourself available to discuss and work through any issues relating to the children's well-being, as long as it's conducted civilly. If he can't contain himself on the phone, you will take the next necessary steps to go back to court to have a third party set up for communication, regarding all things related to the children's well-being. Unfriend him on Facebook. You are divorced and can post and live your life the way you wish. His feelings are none of your business anymore, and vice versa. The only thing that connects you now is the children and their well-being. He also mentioned that it's really funny that I think all the chores are worth it now, but not when I was married to him. And #X200B. Ha, wow, he's stupid. And #X200B. Not the asshole. He missed the point. The children are worth all that work. Not him. Don't delete the post. He's being ridiculous. Not the asshole. Just wanted to say you don't owe him, or anyone, any explanation about your feelings ever. Not the asshole. If you got full custody, it's because they found that you were performing all of the parental duties and he was not. If he wanted some of the custody, he should have tried for it and pulled his weight. Don't let his guilt and shame be deflected upon you. I've been in this situation, and the house being turned upside down, all of that was the beginning of the end as well. He abandoned you, not the other way around. Ask him to see someone about his feelings and keep the conversation strictly about parenting. Not the asshole. But unless you have the IQ of a earthworm, you already know that. Not the asshole, you really don't have to do anything you do not have to do just because he says so. It wasn't immature, but he is. Not the asshole. Dimming your light won't make him shine any brighter. Not the asshole. The post wasn't a low blow. It was a tender moment between you and the kids you're sacrificing everything for. He's pissed because he's a deadbeat, and the post just highlights it more. I can't brag about my relationship with our kids while having full custody, saying that it's not fair and I'm just rubbing it in his face. How exactly is it supposed to work, then? He gets to brag about having absolutely nothing to do with your children? WTF? Not the asshole. You are right, there is a difference. You are doing this alone now. When you were with him, you were still doing alone. Difference was you had a partner that was supposed to support you and do their fair share. He was just dead weight. Not the asshole. Your response should have been just like you weren't willing to take care of him like a baby, you aren't going to worry about his childish emotions. If he was a capable parent, he'd have gotten partial custody. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, he didn't do what he needed to do as a father and husband. That's not your fault, he needs to get over himself. He doesn't want to see your post, he can block you. Not the asshole. I'm a big advocate for ignoring people rather than outright blocking them, on any platform. This is not one of those times, sometimes there is only one method that works. Not the asshole. Block him. If he wants to see his kids, he can see them on his custodial time. If he doesn't have that, he can get it. Lol, it's really funny you wouldn't parent him too. That is not the burn he thinks it is.